Hey, what up, fam? Welcome back to another episode of Chrissy Cooks. I know you are a busy mom just like me, and some days you just don't feel like cooking, and this video is going to help you out. Now, what can I call it? All right, let's just call it the creamy chicken and pasta bake. Let's get started. First, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get a pot of water, very, very hot, and we're going to add in any type of pasta of your choice. I chose penne pasta, and I just added some salt to the water, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a good mix around. Now, while our noodles are cooking, let's go ahead and season our chicken. I have about 7 bone-in chicken breasts, and I'm going to go ahead and season them liberally with this Creole season. Tony Satchery's, of course. And I also have I have 1 pack of Goya. I haven't used Goya in years, but I did come across 1 pack that was in my cabinet. So I just said, well, we'll go ahead and put this on the chicken. I mean, we're just giving our chicken some flavor. You know, chicken has virtually no flavor. So we want to take every opportunity we can to season it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and flip those over, and we're going to season the other side. Now, just to let you know, it probably would be easier for you if you were to use boneless, skinless chicken thighs or boneless, skinless chicken breast, or whatever type of chicken you have. Whatever you got, use it. But this is what I had, so this is what I'm using. So I went ahead and used my Dollar Tree tongs, and I flipped it over. Now, they aren't the best, but, you know, they did what they needed to do. And I'm just going ahead and emptying out the rest of that Goya on the underside of this chicken. And for those of you who know me, you know that I love the bags of chopped onions and peppers, and this is exactly what I'm using here. I have a frozen bag of onions and peppers. Sometimes it's a fajita or it's a pepper and onion blend. Whatever you find, use it, y'all. This is some easy things that you can do to make your recipe go by faster. You know, if you don't want to sit down and cut up onions and peppers, buy it already cut up, and they're not that expensive. And to be honest, I even saw that they sell these in the Dollar Tree in the frozen food section. So just to give you a heads up. Now, right here, I have some olive oil, and I'm going to go ahead and drizzle that over top of my onions and peppers. And I know y'all are looking at this clip and saying, Chrissy, how is it that these vegetables have steam coming from them? Well, I'll let you know. I made a mistake. I went ahead and just threw the pan in the oven, and then I saw my whole bottle of unopened olive oil. I was like, missed something. Now let's go ahead and make this sauce. We're going to start off with some heavy cream, and I'm going to go ahead and use about half of that container. And we're just going to pour that into our pan. I did cut the eye on, but for Lord knows it took forever for it to heat up. I have 1.5 cups of Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to go ahead and use the entire bag. And then I have about 2 cups of mozzarella, and I'm gonna go ahead and, well, that's the big bag of mozzarella, not the big bag, but the medium-sized bag of mozzarella. And I just used about, I would say about 1 cup of mozzarella, a couple of shakes more. And I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a mix and wait for my stove to heat up. For some reason, it was taking forever this day, and I was ready to be done with this. It's that simple. That's how fast you can be done with this. Very, very simple. 15 minutes and it can be in the oven. So once it starts to bubble, you know, I go ahead and get my spoon out and I give it a mix. Try to hurry it along a little bit because I'm in a rush. I'm tired. Gonna go ahead and add in some Italian seasoning. Now at this point, you can season your sauce with whatever you want. If you have the Italian seasoning, that's fine. If you have some jerk spice, that's fine. You can use Creole seasoning. You can use any type of seasoning you have, and plain old salt and pepper works as well. I have a 20-ounce can of diced tomatoes and green chilies, and I'm going to go ahead and add that entire can, juice and all. I'm going to go ahead and give that a mix and incorporate that in with the cheese sauce. And our cheese has finally melted. Thank God. Now to our cheese sauce, I had a bag of spinach, so I just decided, what other vegetables can I add in? So I just pulled out the bag of spinach and I just added that in, just a half a bag of the, fresh spinach. I got that bag from Aldi, just something cheap to throw in there. Just make sure your kids get their vitamins and minerals. Make them eat vegetables, because in a cheese sauce, who's really gonna dig through and pick out the spinach? My kids aren't. They're just happy for cheese. I don't know about you and yours, but mine love cheese. So at this point, this sauce is done. All I'm doing is just stirring it up to help the heat get to the spinach so that it can go ahead and wilt down. Spinach wilts down to nothing in heat, and there you go. This sauce is complete. Now all we're doing is just stirring it up and waiting for our chicken to be done, which should take about 35 minutes, no longer than that. And look at it, that's what you get. Beautiful, delicious sauce. Now make sure you taste it. Make sure you taste it. So now our chicken is done, and we're taking some forks and we're going at it because I used bone-in chicken thighs. If you have chicken thighs without bones in them, you won't even have to go through trying to take it off the bone or anything of that sort. All you need to do is just break it up into small bite-sized pieces so that it can be incorporated throughout your pasta dish. So this is what I'm doing. Just the bigger part, the bigger pieces, I'm just going in with my fork and just breaking it apart. So there we go. So now we're going to go ahead and add our pasta. We cooked our pasta al dente. Don't ever overcook your pasta. Don't cook your pasta done, especially if you're going to put it back in the oven to cook some more. Then you're going to end up with mush. Now I put little bits in at a time because I knew that I was going to have to stir it, and I have a small pan and I didn't know if it was going to go overboard, and a few of them did, but hey, you just stir in until you feel like you have enough, and just make sure that your chicken is incorporated. You don't want to put too many noodles and then you not have enough chicken to go throughout your dish. So that was the reason that I was putting them in little bits at a time. And once you get that mixed up, you go ahead and pour your sauce over top. And yes, I only used half of the sauce right here because once again, I was afraid of overflow. So I just went ahead and stirred this up and made sure that this went in fine. And then later on, you'll see that I added the rest of my sauce. Now listen, as you watch this clip, I just want to tell you, if you are a busy mom and you don't have a lot of time to cook, if your kids play sports, if they have tons of homework that you have to sit down with them to help them through, save yourself some work. If you eat pasta a lot, go ahead and cook a couple of batches of pasta. Cook it all up and make sure you only cook it al dente. Make sure you do season it with salt, because cooking the pasta is the only time that you're going to have available to season your pasta. So you want to go ahead and cook that up, and once you cook it up al dente, of course, Go ahead and drain out all of the water and put it in Ziploc bags, and you can freeze your pasta. So when you come home, or before you go to work, or when you get up in the morning, if you know you're going to have pasta that day, all you have to do is go in and get out one of your Ziploc bags and put it in the refrigerator. And by the time you're ready to cook, it'll already be thawed out. You can batch cook your chicken. You can batch cook your ground beef. You can batch cook any protein and put it in the freezer so that when you're ready to make a dish, all you really have to make is the sauce. And just a little tip, you can batch cook sauce as well. So just be mindful on one of the days that you might have available. Just go ahead and batch cook some of your things to make it a lot easier on yourself. And this particular dish can be made with anything: shrimp, steak, leftover chicken, even tofu. Now I went ahead and sprinkled some cheese that I had in my refrigerator. This is a blend. And I just went ahead and gave it a little sprinkle on top. And after that, your dish is practically done. All you're going to do is run this in the oven for a few minutes. And, once it gets golden and delicious, you just gonna pull it out. Now y'all know me and my glitter, parsley, but I call it glitter because it makes everything pretty. That gives you the look appeal to your dish. Now once you put that in the oven and the cheese melts and then the green becomes more vibrant, and it makes the dish look so much better. Not to mention the taste of it. This dish is amazing, and you can make it however you want. So check that out. Straight out of the oven. See what that glitter do? Y'all thought I was joking. That glitter makes everything pretty. So there you go. There you have it. The simplest dish, and all of your ingredients, or basically more than 3/4 of your ingredients, you can batch cook and already have put to the side, in the refrigerator. Actually, you can put this whole dish together and freeze it. And then when you get ready to cook, you can pull it out of the freezer and stick it in the oven for about 30 to 45 minutes to, an hour on 350. And your family will be ready to eat. So there's nothing left to do but to go ahead and plate this. Look at that. Nice creamy chicken throughout. The sauce is delicious. This is a dish that you definitely can make your own. You definitely can add any type of ingredients you have, any type of vegetables you have in your refrigerator. You can definitely add that to this. Now look at this. Now you telling me your kids are not going to want to eat this? Your husband's not going to feel like he's eating restaurant quality food? Look at it. It's pretty. It's appealing. It makes your mouth salivate. Makes you feel like you're about to have a decadent meal. And it only took you a few minutes. So after that, you can just go sit down and relax. It's well worth it. Y'all, please give this recipe a try. Make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed already. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And in the comment section, leave me a comment of any type of recipes you would like to see me create. And I'll be more than happy to do that for you. You guys, Minnie was standing beside me. She's like, Mommy, I want to taste it. I want to taste it. So that's her little piece. She's like, it's so good. I'm ready to eat. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Chrissy Cooks. And until next time, peace.